Hey everyone, it's been a while since I posted a video. Main reason is I got a new job over a year ago, and it's been consuming a lot of my time and energy. And I've still been fishing, but I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I want to apologize to everyone right off the bat for that. However, I would like to show you what has been successful for me here in the southeast to catch fish during that time, because I have been fishing still, especially on the weekends and stuff. And what I like to do is kind of go through what was successful for me during the spawn, and then what I've been using in the post spawn, and take it from there. So here we go. Right off the bat, you know, depending on where you're at, if you're a little bit farther north than the North Carolina, then obviously the spawn is probably still in season. But I will tell you what I've had the most success with right now has been the Zoom Watermelon Candy Fluke, and I have one right here. And I'm sure if you've been fishing at all, you probably know, what a Zoom Fluke can do. And when I was fishing, all the females were in depths between 5 to 8 feet, and they were schooled. All the bucks were already in the beds, and I was trying to get bigger fish. So what I was doing is pretty much taking a Zoom Fluke, letting it sink to the bottom, and just giving it a couple jerks, just like you do with a jerk bait. And for whatever reason, the females responded to it. I will say it has that purple flake in it, so obviously it gives off that brim panfish flavor, and they responded well to it. So that's what was working. And then the next thing I'd like to talk about is what's working now. The two main go-to baits that I've been using is the Zoom Brush Hog and Green Pumpkin, and I've been fishing a lot of clear water, slightly stained stuff, not a lot of mud or dark stuff, but this is what's been working between this and I'm going to give you one of my secrets here. Made by Bass Pro, and it's the double tail grub. And I actually had a buddy who was like, man, I don't understand why you're having so much success with these, but I think it's because it's so versatile. Like you can literally use this as a top water. You can also let it sink. You give it a couple twists just like you do with a Zoom Fluke, and it kind of represents what a frog looks like, right? In that manner. Another thing you can do is obviously rig it Texas rig with a weight on it, and then now you kind of give more of a crawfish profile. I would say 90% of the time when I've been using it on the post spawn has been using it as like a frog imitation bait, and it has been doing really well for me the past 2 weeks or so, especially if you have lily pads, top cover kind of stuff, and you're just skipping along the top. I will say there's a lot of techniques out there that you can use where you just kind of slow roll it and just let the legs kind of kick, which there's a lot of baits that do the same thing. But what is the two most effective ways that I've been able to utilize this bait is to literally keep it on the top, and I twitch it, and what it does is it kind of hops, and you can stop, let it kind of hop again and stop, and that works well. I will say there's been another day where I literally let it skim an inch or two below the surface of the water, and they responded even better to that. So the long story short of that is if you're not getting any bites, try something, a different technique to see if maybe they respond to that a little bit better, and it seems to work out for me. I had an old timer tell me one time, he's like, hey, use a bait you know, 10, 15 minutes, especially if you know there's fish there. And if it doesn't work a certain way, try a different way. And then after you exhaust however many different ways that you can utilize that bait, then it's time to switch it up to something else, right? And I will tell you, I'm just as guilty as everybody else, where I will fall back to, you know, what usually works. I mean, creatures of habit, and I'm notorious for sticking with that, thinking, oh, it's going to be different here in about 10 minutes. You've got to fight it and be like, hey, no, it's time to, you know, try something a little bit different. I will say though, if it's something that they've been responding to before, 9 times out of 10 for me at least, if you just utilize that bait in a different technique, they can respond to that bait again, just because now it's doing something a little bit different or something that they're triggered to, probably because that's what they're foraging on anyway. So, you know, it's hard to beat the real thing, but, you know, if you can duplicate that, then you're probably going to be successful. So with that, what I'd like to do is kind of show you how I rig it, and it's literally just a regular worm hook, you know, and I'm sure most of you probably already know how to, you know, rig a bait, weedless and weightless, and, you know, go through the front, pop it out the bottom, turn the hook around like this, and then go back through. And literally, I kind of fish it like a frog, like, you know, like you would with a hollow belly frog. I mean, and I didn't do a very good job there. Too much pressure, I guess. But anyway, there we go. That looks a little bit more adequate there. But you can see, and that's literally like, it's so light. The next question or the other issue that you are going to have to deal with is, obviously if it's thicker cover, you're going to have to use stronger line. I've been using the ponds and stuff that I've been fishing here recently. You know, I've just been using a, you know, open face sissy stick, and that seems to be doing well. I will say, you know, if I'm on a lake and using this technique, obviously I'm going to go, you know, to braid or something that you know, that you can get them out of that crap with. So, you know, but that's pretty much all I've been doing. It's nothing cosmic, you know, and it's been working. But once again, you know, don't forget, you know, this has been my go-to baits for the past bass couple weeks. But anyway, yeah, that's what's been working for me. One last thing I'd like to leave you with, because obviously if you've been watching this video this long, you know, I'd like to give you, you know, a little bit of an extra. So I've been finding baits. Notice that the hooks have already rusted off. And this is old Strike King, you know, square bill in the shad, real shad, I think is what they call it, flavor. But anyway, if you look at it, it looks beat up. I mean, it looks like it's been sun-dried, weathered. So where I'm going with this is, these baits, for whatever reason, because they don't look so new and they look beat up, they, for whatever reason, they tend to work better than the ones straight out of the old bait box, you know. And I don't know why. I guess just because it, you know, you know, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, and I think maybe the fish respond to that. So if you have something that kind of looks ragged, and you can have success with it, and don't throw them away, you know. Try to use them and see, you know, what happens with them. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna do my best to try to, you know, make a few more videos, you know, and please bear with me, and I thank you, and y'all have a good day. Take care. Bye.